Hello everybody, Nonpon here, and I just wanted to make a video covering some frequently asked questions about our new 5-star Haru. Now, Haru is a pretty confusing and convoluted character. Maybe that's why I like her a lot. She's not explained very directly, and I've already covered 2 videos about her. So this last video, maybe the last video, I'm not sure, we'll cover everything that I haven't covered yet. So if I don't answer your question in this video, just leave a comment below and I'll get to it whenever I can. I'll reply back to it. But yeah, I'm just going to cover some frequently asked questions of Haru and kind of go from there. So the first question I get about her quite a bit is, can her skill crit? Her skill that you're spamming endlessly. No, I don't believe any skill has ever been able to crit in this game. You can kind of tell if a skill has crit or not when it has like big bold text. It usually happens when you shoot a target's weak point. So I mean, technically crit will help her if you're using her pistol, which you will have to, eventually. But no, skills have never really crit in this game. Correct me if I'm wrong. If there's like one specific skill that can crit, then let me know in the comments. But skills have never really crit. It does not do that. So since we're talking about logistics and what substats, that's something else I can cover. I'm covering my descriptions here a bit, so I'll probably move my model around. But anyway, for logistics, there's 3 choices. You can run the Akitsu squad, you can run Thibis squad, you can even run Twilight squad if you want to. There's a lot of different squads you can run with here. So after, testing some things out and trying to figure out what is the best in slot for her, it's definitely Akitsu. Even against regular mobs or even against bosses, this actually ends up being better because the kinetic damage is pretty huge. Alright, so this actually is her best in slot logistics. The Thibis squad, though, again, you can farm that stuff and get some good substats with it. But if you guys don't know, Kitsu squad uses a standard skill, will increase stacks, and then there's so convoluted descriptions. Basically, every time you use a skill, you get a stack. When you kill an enemy, you get 5 stacks. When you use an ultimate, you get 10. And at 15 and at 30, you get buffs. One's kinetic damage, and one's an attack percent increase. The kinetic damage is very powerful. So it is very, very good. But again, the Thibis squad, you get free attack percent just by using your skill, and as long as you use your skill like every 5 seconds at least once, you'll have a nice 40% extra attack, so that's good too. But I'm personally gonna just commit to this one because this one has been working out better for me. Thibis might end up being better if you get some god rolls on your substats. Speaking of god rolls on your substats, that's another question I get. So guys, when it comes to logistics and the DPS, the 2 things you're going to want, or the 2 things you're going to prioritize for your DPS, no matter what it is, alright, it's going to be attack percent, and it's going to be the element damage that they inflict. Every time. Okay? It's going to be attack percent, it's going to be kinetic damage, frost damage, whatever character you're using for damage. That's always going to be the case. So the only question you really have to ask for a DPS is, what's the 3rd stat you should focus on? And if you're trying to go for that, that's like very ambitious. It's very difficult to do that. But sometimes you might get lucky. So hey, if you get lucky, sure. Skill haste will make Haru's skill come back faster. That one's pretty solid. I do like that one a lot. Ultimate recharge is also really dang good because ultimate charge will help her get her ultimate back faster. And you kind of want to make sure that you get her ultimate uptime as much as possible. So I got really lucky on this one. I don't think I have a better logistic piece than this. So this would probably be almost a god roll. Like not 10% attack, not anything like that. But it is very useful. If you guys don't know, by the way, in our Discord, we do have a Snowbreak resource channel where you can check what stats your logistics have rolled into. I'll actually pull it up right here, like zoom in here a bit if I have to. But they roll into different brackets, right? So unlike Genshin, Epic 7, so many other games that have stat rolls, those games roll within a bracket. So it could be anything. If it could be like 60% crit all the way down to 5% and anything in between. In this game, there's only 5 possible rolls, so those are just brackets. So it can't become like 9% for attack up here. It will only be 10% or 8.5, so you can kind of see what tier rolls your stuff is rolling to. So obviously, best case scenario, 10% attack, 8.5% kinetic damage, and then skill haste goes up to 19.3. But here's a good idea for you. So this is very useful. Want to join our Discord, you can, or you'll probably just pause this video and take a screenshot of this instead. I don't know. But anyway, yeah. So those are everything you have to know about logistics when it comes to Haru. Get attack percent, get kinetic damage, and then, I mean, if you really are going to farm for the third stat, skill haste or ultimate recharge, I guess. But regardless, you're going to want attack percent before anything else, and just hope that you get the damage percent that you want for your element. Another question I get, let me check here, is Maxer's Orbs transfers. That's right, for Haru. I think I'll hear about this until the end of time. People say that her skills are bugged and it's not transferring damage correctly and stuff. I would just be outright, guys. She's not bugged. I mean, to be fair, there's some interactions with her that are kind of wonky. I get that, but she's not bugged. All right, everything's working how it should work. People look at these skill descriptions and probably think, why am I not transferring 75% of my, or 66% of my damage, or why am I not doing 150% of damage when I shoot the orb? That's because you're going through defense twice. All right, so when you're using Haru's skill on this orb, you're gonna go through defense 2 times. Okay, in this description, it says that the avatar host, the avatar orb or whatever, is also affected by the defense of the host. Okay? It only takes damage from Maxer, blah, 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 blah. The avatar has the same defense as the host and the max HP equal to the current host. So what that means is, you're going to attack the orb. The orb has defense. Your damage is going to go down. The damage is going to transfer to the actual host, and then they have defense again. You have to go through defense twice. Okay? Does it explain it very well? I guess not, but honestly, it's a very confusing skill to explain. You got Yu-Gi-Oh text descriptions up in here. I don't know. It's not very easy to explain, but that's what is happening. Okay? So when you have Maxer at M3, though, every 1% of that health that's missing, its defense goes down further. This is where the real money is at when you're going to build your Maxers at M3. Okay? So that's why if you think Maxer's bugged and her orb transfer's not working, no, that's how it should be. There's no reason why you should be doing more damage shooting a funny ball instead of the target that's moving around all over the place, right? But regardless of that, you can still do a lot of damage because it's a second hitbox, especially for Haru, who benefits off hitting multiple targets. That makes sense? So again, she's very confusing, but I promise, guys, she's not bugged. On top of that, if you're gonna eventually get to this level and get her at M5, that's up to you. She makes it so the lower the target's HP, the higher damage she does. That works for the orbs, and that works for the target. So when you have 2 of those things working in tangent with each other, it's a lot of damage. It's really, really good. Okay, so that's how Maxer works there. My next question that I get quite a bit is her ultimate description. So I covered this a little bit about how her ultimate worked in my last video, but for some reason they put this as percent chance. So basically what this means is when you use her skill, it says that when I'm reading this, it makes me think, okay, if I use the skill 5 times, I have an 80% chance of getting a free ultimate. That's what I thought this meant at first, right? That's not how it works at all. It's kind of weird. They got to fix this text description. But basically, don't look at this as percent. Look at this as charge, like charge points. And if you get to 100 charge, then you can use the ultimate for free. So after can't even talk to that. Compensatory Justice in the Body and Blaze, they gain 1 stack of Triumph Desire. Next time it's used, there will be again, this is going to be charged, 5, 10, 20, 40, or 80 charge chance according to the number of stacks that you have. So what that means basically is when you use your skill, you're either going to get charge. It's going to be 5, 10, 20, 40, or 80. All right. If you're really lucky, if you're super lucky, you're going to get 80 charge twice, and you only have to use the skill 2 times to use the ultimate. That's what that means. There's no reason why this should have percent chance on here. There's no reason for that. It really is just as simple as getting to 100 points, and you can use your ultimate for free. And every time you use your skill, you're either going to get 5 points, 10 points, 20 points, 40 points, or 80 points. That's how it works. So best case scenario, you use the skill 2 times, you get 80 points twice, which is really unlikely, but you get it, then you can use your ultimate. Second best scenario is using the skill 3 times, and you get 40% 3 times in a row, then you get to use the ultimate. I'm sure you can do the math from there, right? So that's kind of how that works. You pretty much just have a point system to use the ultimate for free. So don't be confused by this percent chance thing. They really have to redo that text description. So that's how that works. I think I covered some of the most common questions I get. If I didn't cover your question, just let me know and I will answer it. Just leave a comment. If you have other questions you want to ask me in real time, I do stream. I'm planning to coming back to streams this Monday, so I'll let you guys know when I'm live. Come hang out with us. Twitch drops are going away soon for this game. If you haven't gotten your Twitch drops yet, come get them. It's free stuff. Stop by, say hello, do what you gotta do. We'll get a new event this mode too, I think. So that's gonna do it for this video. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you in the next one, and take care.